So welcome to Confessions of a Yarn Addict. This is episode 22 and this is actually my third attempt at getting this episode out. I originally filmed loads of stuff last week and then I edited it all on my phone and kind of put all the different clips together on my phone, just because doing it on my laptop, it's just so much more time consuming. And I want to try and make these podcast episodes fairly quick and easy. I don't want it to turn into like a massive extra chore on my to-do list. So I've mainly been trying to keep the episodes shorter and doing them on my phone rather than on my laptop, because I just find doing it on my laptop much more time consuming. So I put everything together and I didn't export it, but it was saved on the editing app I use. But I couldn't export it because I'd run out of space. So I deleted, I had loads of videos on my phone. So I deleted loads of them and I ended up deleting several of the videos that were in this episode. And when I tried to go back and export the episode, it basically taken out all the videos I deleted. So that was really, really annoying. Yeah, so I wasn't very happy with myself after doing that. And then I recorded it this morning and I went back to, I did about 5 or 6 different videos, varying from like minute to 5 minute long. And then there was no sound. I'm using my selfie stick and I basically had my plug plugged in so I could use the control on the selfie stick. For some reason it didn't record the sound. So I pulled the plug out and it seems to be recording the sound now. So yeah, I'm not very happy, but hopefully it'll work this time. Anyway, I can't remember how I started this video. So I want to say welcome to episode 22 of Confessions of a Yarn Addict. My name is Anniken and I live in the southwest of England, but I'm originally from Norway. It's sunny here today, but it's really cold. It's quite chilly. Anyway, I wanted to show you this. So that's my new exercise bike. I was on that this morning. But I want to show you this. I'm going to show you the new issue of Knitting Magazine in a minute. And this is my design. So I'm trying to do this with the selfie stick, so it's not ideal, but I wanted to try and give you a look at this design. So this is the sample that was actually in the magazine. So this is the I think the pattern comes in 2 sizes. So this is the small size. So this was designed to be worn by somebody who's about a size 10, and I'm a size 20 to 22. So quite a lot bigger than a size 10. But I can wear this. So I would prefer it if it came past my elbows, but this is just before my elbows. So this fits me perfectly. I can wear this. I can put a little pin at the front, get a shawl pin. So, you know, I just want to show that the smallest size can fit a variety of people. So depending on how you want it to be, if you want it to be more of a size, you just knit a larger size. If you're very petite and you think the smallest size will be too big, then I do give you some suggestions for how to remedy that when I show you the magazine in a minute. So I'm going to start off by showing you the magazine, a little sneak peek out of the knitting issue 209, which is in the shops in the UK now. And then I'm going to show you some new yarns. They're in the Yarn Addict online shop, some new colours. I'm also going to show you what's on my needles and a new crochet project. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I'm also going to show you a quick video, unless I deleted it. I don't think I did. From a trip to Wales last weekend, from the Gower Peninsula in South Wales, where we went last weekend to help our daughters move back to South Wales. They've been living at home since March because of the COVID lockdown. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos, do consider subscribing. And you can also turn notifications on if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. If you don't want notifications, that's fine. Just subscribe and give it a thumbs up. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. So this is issue 209 of Knitting Magazine. My design is kind of on the cover, except you can't really see it. So it's got 30 patterns in this issue, which is a lot. yeah, I really like this issue. It's got some really pretty stuff in it, so I will show you what's in it. I'm just going to flick past all the actual patterns because I don't want to show you details of those. Okay, so it's got some small patterns, that's crochet, some pretty socks, some baby stuff, children's stuff, toys, perfect for stash busters, I guess, a couple of cushions, some bags, again perfect stash busters. That'd be quite useful actually. And then I like this page that they do where they show you 3 designs in 3 different colors. So that's my design and those are the colors. So if I was going to knit this myself, that would be the color I would choose because I like bright pink is probably my favorite. Some more designs, men's vest, some more pretty lacy things, bright colorful poncho by Lang Yarns, pretty shawl, some other pretty tops. I think the ones that are actually modeled by models are either published by the yarn company, or they are they're photographed a while ago. I think they're probably yarn company ones. All the ones that are on like hangers and dress forms and things, or draped on things, are obviously stuff that's been photographed in the last few months when they haven't been able to work with models. So I hope magazines will be able to get back to using models soon. Obviously it's better to see a design on a person rather than hanging on a hanger or something like that, but you know, they've got to do the best they can, and at least they've been able to carry on publishing magazines during the last 5 months, even if they've had to fudge things a bit, I guess. You know, they've had to do the best they can. So I know not seeing things on actual models is a little bit disappointing, but everyone's been doing their best for the last few months. You know, we've all had to just work with the situation as it is and do the best we can. And magazines are the same. You know, the staff have been working from home for most of the magazines, and I think it's been quite challenging for them. Okay, so this is my design. It's a kind of relaxed cardigan. So as I said before, depending on what size you want, so you would measure for like the full width, like, you know, you would look at the pattern, look at the full width, and then compare that to get someone to help you measure that across your back and your arms and see where that would fall on you. It's knitted in a rectangle for the back, 2 rectangles for the front, and you can see at the back it's got kind of like a V-neck detail at the back neck, which is created by the seaming, and then the fronts are slightly shorter than the back. They're actually the same length, but because this seam falls down your back a little bit rather than on the top of your shoulders to create this shaping at the back, the fronts look a bit shorter and they look really drapey and nice. So I love this. And again, you can make, you know, you can choose to have it quite oversized, or you can make it a little bit smaller. If you're a tiny person and the smaller size is too oversized for you, then just cast on fewer stitches. So look at what, for each piece, look at what the pattern repeat is. I can't remember what it is. It's probably 10 or 12 stitches, I expect. Say it's 10 stitches, you would cast on 10 stitches less, you know, cast on fewer stitches in groups of 10. So say you cast on 20 stitches less for each front, you would then cast on 40 stitches less for the back. That makes sense. So the 2 fronts, you want about the same number of stitches as you have for the whole of the back, roughly. Then you can make it longer or shorter as well. So if you want to make it shorter, you just do a few repeats. But do bear in mind that it will stretch a lot when you block it. So you do have to actually pin it out and stretch it to get an accurate idea how big it is. So do bear that in mind as well. Okay, yarn review page, which I really like. Okay, so this is an article about Marna Gilligan from, and I can never sure if I'm saying her company name correctly, in Katenbeek, maybe wrong, I'm not sure. Marna is lovely. I actually have these 2 bangles which I wear every single day, which were made by her. I got them a few years ago, I got the thin one first, and then I got the thicker one later, and they both came with these stitch markers, but I actually took it off on one of them because I decided it was a bit too much to have them on both. I may actually take that off as well, actually, I'm not sure, but you can take the stitch markers off if you don't want them, or you can probably even ask her to make them without stitch markers. I don't know whether she still makes these, but do check out her website. She does loads of shawl pins. She's done this really fun cat yoke sweater. She does loads of cat pins, quite sort of modern, quirky designs. She does a lot of silver jewellery, different things. Some more of her silver work here. Beautiful stuff. These have got like knitting stitches. They look like knitting stitches. Love that. Shawl. So it's a shawl with like cat paw prints on it. I may have a look on her website and see if she's got that, because I quite like that pin. Yeah, so she does beautiful things. So do check out her website. If you just Google Anniken Beeg, you'll find it. I'll try and remember to put the link below this video in case I forget. And then there's another really nice article by teacher and designer Rachel Kay, who shows how she's inspired by nature to create these beautiful ferrule designs. I like that because it's the same pattern knitted in different colour. So yeah, really like that. Some pastel inspiration, a few other things. I like these sort of news pages where you see new products that are knitting related. And then some other news which I haven't had a chance to look at properly yet. I haven't actually had time to read this yet, but I'm going to sit down later today and have a look at it, I think. And that's my relaxed cardigan again. So yeah, I really love this issue. It's really pretty. I've read a little bit of it, but I haven't had time to read all of it. So I'm going to sit down and try and do that today or tomorrow. But yes, my name is there as well. With Debbie Bliss and Martin Story. So yeah, pretty issues in the shops in the UK now. So let's look at some new yarns I have in the YarnAddict online shop. So these three are all the same colorway but different yarns. So that's Lace Ball 100, that's Sabre Ball 100, which is on my needles, and this is Sabre Flower. So these are all 100% merino yarns. So Lace Ball 100 has 800 meters per 100 grams. Sabre Ball has 400 meters per 100 grams, and Sabre Flower has 600 meters per 150 grams. So these two, the Sabre Ball 100 and the Sabre Flower, are the same thickness yarn. It's just this is 150 grams and this is 100 grams. And the color repeats in the Sabre Flower, I think, are longer than they are in the Sabre Ball. But one ball, 100 gram ball of the Sabre Ball 100 creates a really nice small shawl. That creates a quite nice shawl, slightly bigger medium to large size shawl. Two balls of that would be a large shawl, and the Lace Ball 100, one ball would be quite a large shawl. The balls can come round differently, so you can get one like this with loads of purple at the beginning, or you can get one like this with the more minty green at the beginning. It just depends on how the ball's wound. And then we've also got the Sabre Ball and Lace Ball. So if the other ones were Lace Ball 100 and Sabre Ball 100, which are 100% merino, the ones that say Sabre Ball or Lace Ball, it doesn't have the 100, they have polyamide in them. And it's the new collection of Sabre Ball yarns from 2020. They are using this biodegradable, there it is, biodegradable polyamide. So it says here, whereas other synthetic fibers persist in the environment for decades before they degrade completely, natural composting processes decompose our biodegradable polyamide fiber in around 5 years. So obviously it's not going to degrade, you know, in the knitted garment while you're using it. So, you know, if you're knitting a shawl or socks or something from these, it's not going to degrade on your body. It's just once it's been thrown away, it will biodegrade. So, you know, you can knit socks in this and it will last you more than 5 years probably. So not all of my Sabre Ball yarns have this new polyamide content. because I do have some colours left that were bought last year, so these are just the new ones. But this is Cyber Ball, so this is the same meterage as the Cyber Ball 100, and this is Lace Ball, which has the same meterage as Lace Ball 100. So this is big large shawl, and this would create a small shawl or a pair of socks. Really good for socks. Quite even though it's just a single strand, singles yarn, it's still quite hard wearing. Perfect yarn for socks as the Cyber Ball yarns is the Crazy Cyber Ball, or Cyber Ball Crazy. Again, this has the new polyamide, biodegradable polyamide. This is a 2-ply yarn, so it's 2 strands plied together. It's a sock weight. Love this blue color, all over blue, denim type colors. This has got a few different colors in it. Very, very pretty. Really like those. And then I've also got Cyber Ball cotton. So if you like the Cyber Ball yarns, but you don't like knitting with wool, or you can't have wool because you're very sensitive to wool, then the Cyber Ball cotton is perfect. So this is 100% cotton. It's kind of like a slightly matte cotton. It's incredibly soft. It's beautiful to knit with. I love it. I've got a few designs I've knitted in this. If you saw my the last video I posted, which was like a introduction video, it's just a 3-minute video of me talking about what I do. I'm wearing a shawl, a pastel, yellowy pastel shawl, and that's actually knitted in Cyber Ball cotton, and I use 2 skeins for that. So all the Cyber Ball yarns are bound slightly differently, so you can get this one a fan that you have like orange or yellow. So this one, if you look in the middle here, you can see there are some pale yellows, cream, some burnt orange, and you can get any of those colors at the beginning. They're wound quite differently often, so you may think you're getting that, and then it's actually got orange at the beginning or something. I think with the Cyber Ball yarns, you got to embrace the kind of the surprise element, I think. This one has got cream and then greys, different shades of greys, right down to very dark charcoal grey. This is probably one I'm going to be knitting a shawl with later this autumn. It was a kind of, when I cast them for a shawl yesterday, it was a choice between these two. So I couldn't quite decide which ones to do. I did also consider that one and that one. So this was my choice. I want to knit with all of these because they're all beautiful, and I was trying to decide which ones to use first, and in the end I decided on that one. Nearly went for that one, but I decided to go for that one in the end. But I think all of those colors are absolutely beautiful. So all those colors are in the YarnAddict online shop now, and I also restocked some popular colors that I'd run out of. So do check out the YarnAddict online shop. I'll put the link below this video. So I cast them for a new shawl. As I finish a shawl this week I cast them for a new shawl. So this is this colorway in the Cyber Ball 100. That's the Lace Ball 100. This is the Cyber Ball 100. So this one was actually started with the purple, whereas this one starts with the mint. They're all wound differently, as I said, so it's a little bit difficult to tell exactly how they're going to be wound and what ball you're going to get and which color it's going to start with. But you can always rewind it and start from the middle if you want to change it around. But yeah, I really like this colorway. I'm aiming for a 2 ball shawl. It starts out as a triangle, but it may not end up as a triangle. I haven't quite decided yet. I've got the choice of 2 shapes. Neither of them are a straight triangle. So one is a slightly off-center triangle, and one is a actually more of a rectangle. So I haven't quite decided yet exactly what I'm going to do. But to start with, it's just lots of garter stitch, which I'm quite enjoying, and then I will add in some more lace as well. But I cast this on yesterday afternoon, and I'm quite enjoying it so far. So this is my new crochet blanket. When I finished my last giant granny square crochet blanket, which I showed you in, I think it's in the last episode, or maybe the one before, I can't remember. But I decided I wanted to start a new one straight as soon as possible. That big giant granny square I made, or it actually turned out into a rectangle. I've been using it a lot the last couple of evenings in the lounge because it's been quite chilly lately. So I wanted to start a new one fairly soon. So this is Lang Merino 120. I love the Lang Merino 200, which is the 4-ply. So this is the DK version. So it's the Merino 120. It's got 120 meters per 50 gram ball. Really nice to work with. I got 1 pack, kilo of that and a kilo of that. I actually was thinking about using purple as well, so I don't know what to do. I may do, because this is work corner to corner, so I'm just going to keep working in rows till I get the right width, and then go straight for a while and then start decreasing. So it's quite easy to work out when I'm halfway. So I'm wondering whether halfway I switch the pink out with purple, but I haven't quite decided yet. But I just found a tutorial online for how to do corner to corner granny stripes. I like granny stripes. I've never done them before. I just like something nice and easy. I like trebles. They're easy and repetitive, and I can get into a real good flow with them. And I just like doing this because it's just something easy to switch off in the evening. When I first did a little swatch a couple of weeks ago with a different yarn, the sides were a bit too tight, but these are quite nice and stretchy, which is good. You're supposed to start each row with 3 chain stitches, and I've actually been doing 4 just to make sure that it's not too tight. And then I'm also carrying the yarn up rather than breaking it and joining it in. But I will make crochet and edging onto it afterwards so that this won't show. But yeah, I really like it. It's nice and relaxing just to do at the end of the evening when I just want to do something to switch off. But this will probably be a bit of a long-term project, I expect. So this is the Knit by Numbers by YarnAddict poncho that I'm making. So it's a corner to corner, so I am increasing till I get to like the full depth. This is sideways corner to corner. So I need to basically pin this out and just check how wide it is, because I can stretch this and it seems quite wide, but once I've stretched it that way as well, it will shorten this edge a little bit. So I need to just check whether it's deep enough, whether this is the length I wanted, or whether I need to do one more 24 row repeat. I've been marking every repeat I've done so far just to make it easier to count the repeats I've done later. It makes it just a little bit lazy. I'm using my progress markers by beading heck at the beginning. I've also got my latest one at the top here. And then I'm just using my regular padlock ones in between. But yeah, I need to get some more pretty ones, I think. I was worried that these would like catch on the knitting and stuff, but they're not. This is the second project I've used them on, second lace project, and they haven't caught at all. And the first project was much more delicate and it wasn't catching on the yarn or the lace or anything like that. Because I know that's sometimes a bit of a concern with these delicate stitch markers. So yeah, I haven't worked on this for a few days now, so I need to get back. I need to make a decision today about the size and then get on with the next step of it.